What's up, everybody? Invincible Season 2 returned after a long hiatus and with a new, nice 2 a.m. release time, too. There are, of course, going to be spoilers here in my breakdown, so you've been warned. Now let's get into the episode. I'll start it off here with the titular character himself, Invincible, as this episode was very much focused on him and his return to Earth from Thraxa. But it does open pretty much right where episode 4 left off a couple months back, in real life here when the show stopped and now it started back. But anyway, as he's badly beaten by the Viltrumites that came for his father and ransacks Thraxa. As Mark recovers, he helps the Thraxians start to rebuild their home before he's told he's done enough and a ship has been prepared to return him to Earth. What he didn't see coming, though, was Andressa, who is his stepmom, I guess, asking him to take his baby stepbrother back to Earth with him because she'll be dead before he can even form a sentence, and with no one gone, there's no point of him being on Thraxa due to the Thraxians' accelerated aging. So he agrees and takes his brother back, which turns into a bigger deal than he probably thought, with his mom as Debbie still pretty broken from everything that happened at this point. We're also starting to see that rift in his and Amber's relationship, which, if I'm being honest here, I can't wait for it to finally snap because I'm very much a fan of Mark and Eve being together instead of Amber. Never liked their character in the comics or in the show, although I like the way the comic handles the story a whole lot better, at least with what we've seen adapted so far. But moving on, we've got to talk about the Guardians of the Globe because they've got a big mission this episode. So this one takes us back to season 1, actually, when Mark first goes to Mars and we learn about the Sequids and how they latch onto species, taking control of them. But in Mark's case, same with the Martians, they can't do it because Mark's skin is impenetrable and the Martians are shapeshifters, obviously. However, with Shapesmith on Earth now, that left the real astronaut back there to be their host, and now they're coming for Earth. The Guardians are assigned to go stop the invasion and are joined by both Invincible and Adam Eve to, I guess, fill in for Rex, Shrink Ray, and Duplicate, who would have just been taken over by the Sequids. We don't see the conclusion of that fight, which, real shocker there, Invincible making us wait for something that never, forever, but that's just me being pessimistic. The heroes are pinned down with Adam Eve holding off millions of these Sequids with her force field, and she's weakening. And then back on Earth, Rex, Duplicate, and Shrink Ray have to stop the Lizard League as they resurface, and this mission goes sideways fast. I mean, they're just flat out outmatched, and as a result, both Duplicate and Shrink Ray are lost as Rex has King Lizard's gun to his head after losing a hand. Then, to wrap it up here, there's a couple other things that need to be addressed outside of all those characters, and also no comic differences section in this breakdown because if my memory serves me right, this episode was actually really faithful to the material. Anyway, the first thing here is that we're seeing Donald's storyline continue of struggling to grasp the idea he's not human anymore after being in the explosion with Omni-Man towards the end of season 1. It's going as far as him falling into, like, I guess I'd call it like a nightmare sequence of sorts, just sitting at his desk and being just taken out of reality. Then there's also the final scene of the episode, which reveals Alan the alien is alive and well. I think when his death happened in the show in the first part of season 2, I had not yet gotten to the point in the comic when he returns, but I've passed that point now, and it's a damn good storyline we got coming up with Alan, so buckle up. And so that'll do it for my breakdown of the 5th episode from Invincible Season 2. A rather slow burning episode, and I didn't love that after such a long break, combined with the long break between Season 1 and 2, and Season 2 getting off to such a hot start. But, it's not the 1, not the 2, but the 3 cliffhangers in this episode alone. I mean, it's a bit much, but there's a lot of good story coming down the road to look forward to, at least if they do the comic right. And so let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments below and make sure you have a great day.